Hi everyone, my name's Tom and welcome to Cobalt. Something a little different today. A few weeks ago I bought this awesome e-mountain bike. Mainly thought I was going to use it for commuting and stuff, but actually it's so much fun. But today what we're going to be looking at is this box. What should be in here, not even opened it yet, is some mudguards. So let's take a look. Alright, well, they look like mudguards. So these are actually designed for the a cube something, whatever they're called, cube acid mudguard set. Now from what I've read, these should fit on this bike, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll have to make some adjustments. I got these from a store online, I forget what they were called. I'll put a link somewhere, maybe in the description. 40 quid. You can see the sort of all-round type of mudguards that should give you sort of best protection, so we'll see. Okay, so these are the parts we've got in this bag. From what I can see, we're going to need probably not these, they're for a different mounting system. We need these, we need this one, which is the one that's got the holes for the zip ties. And then we're going to want these clips as well. But first thing we need to do is get this fitted to this bracket. So let's do that. Alright then. So what we need to do is we take these pieces and this piece. So I think what we do is we feed these through these this way. The instructions say that the tab needs to stick out the top here. So we'll do the same with the other one. Feed that through in the same way. That then goes, let me get this right. Yeah, so what we do is we push it through underneath. These are going to go through this hole here. So if I just poke them through first. This piece should then click into here, I think. Making sure they're in properly. A bit tight. Click this in. There we go. Pull these down a bit. And then basically this kind of rubbery bit is going to wrap around the top of the fork. So what we'll do is we'll nip over to the bike and we'll have a look at that. Okay, camera's now attached to the bike. So, I think what we need to do is feed this down. And this will zip tie onto there. Up through and around, and it'll pull this down. But before I actually tighten those up, which is a final operation, I want to have a look at putting the other supports on. Okay, so next we're going to do is we can take this bit that's got the hook on it. That then feeds from the top of the mount. Oops, come on, focus. And is just going to push into here. We're going to try and push that in a way that the... I was going to say it's the right way up, but I think it's symmetric actually. Focus is a problem. So that's just going to click in. Lovely job. Then we should be able to fit one of these bars onto there. So, this piece here. And all I'm going to do is push it in this way and twist it. Should be obvious which way to twist it, but the way I've got that in, it twists. Okay, at least if you're looking at it this way, you're twisting it anti-clockwise. That locks in, that's now got hold of it. So these are in. Cool. Right, then all we need to do at the top is we're going to tighten these down. We're going to need to pull some more through this way. I'll do the same on the other side. Oops. So let me adjust the camera so you can see a bit better. So I'm just pulling these tight. If it looks like it won't go, I'm just pulling a bit more through on this side, pushing it down, pull it through until they're nice and tight. Lovely. Okie dokie. Next up, I'm going to take these clips. They go, I would say they go one way around just because they've got writing on them, so you want to make sure that's the right way around. They clip on, and take these rubber band type things, and all we do is we stretch those from one side, pull them over. That's on and fairly solid. So I'll do the same on the other side. Alright, so I've just put those clips in. We're rubbing a bit at the back, so one of the things it says in the instructions is you can shorten these bars, so I think I'm going to do that actually. So I'll just pop these out. And realistically I want to shorten them a centimetre. And that's just based on looking at the gap at the back of the wheel. Alright, to shorten these, just because I am feeling fairly lazy, I'm just going to go through them with some bolt cutters. So what I want about a centimetre off. So I'm just going to put them in jars. I'll do one side and then I'll measure the other side to match. So I'm going to take about this much off, if you can see. But then I'm just going to close the jars. One side done. And then I'll do the other one to match. So measuring it up needs to be here. Lovely job. So there we go. Two halves that are roughly the same length. I'll just tidy these up with a file. Alright, so now I've cut those, you can see that they'll sit here and we'll still get decent clearance. But the back of the guard's not going to stick too far out. So I just brought that in by, it's a little more than a centimetre, maybe 15mm. I eyeballed it. If you're doing this at home, you probably want to measure it. That's fine. Right, put these clips on. Going to go there. I'm going to go just above the brake disc. Just makes it a little easier to get to. So I'll try and slot these in on this side and on this side. This one's in. And that one's in. Okay, and then we can just fiddle with the length a little bit until it looks like it's sitting straight on the wheel. There we go. I can see the wheel runs smooth. It's not fouling on anything. It's at a good distance away at the back. So what I need to do now is just get some of these little nuts and bolts and pop them in there. There we go. So I've just found the right nuts and bolts. They happen to be the littlest ones in this kit. And then just got to find an Allen key to fit them. These look like they're, I think this is 3mm. And all I'm going to do then is, it's like a, it's not quite captive, but you know, it's got the nut shape at the back. Pop that through. Tighten this up. It says it needs 1 Nm of torque. It's written on here. That's not a lot, so it should be fairly simple, although that hasn't actually poked through the other side. Huh. Why are you not? It's like the clip isn't closed up enough. Just looking straight down it looks okay. Let me try the other side to get a feel for it. Oh yeah, so this side's just gone straight on, tightening up quite nicely. Like I say, it's only 1 Nm, so it doesn't need a lot. Right, let's see if I can get this one in and working. Alright, I figured out. Or not. Oh, here we go. There are nuts of different. There are bolts of different lengths. It's the middle size one we need for these. There's also, as well as these 2 medium sized ones, there's one that's slightly shorter, which was the one I was trying to use there, which does not work, and one that's quite a bit longer. Alright, so that's on, so I just need to put those rubber bands back on. And that is the front one done. There you go, it doesn't foul. Oh, tell you what, we'll just trim these things as well. Okay, onto the back wheel, which hopefully when we're done will look something like that, I'd say. It's going to depend slightly. Oh, hold on, if I can frame it might actually focus. Be something like this. Maybe that top bit will come in a little bit. We'll see what we can do. It looks like we're going to have to drill a hole down here. Not too much of a problem. It's in the instructions. But one thing I have found, if I just switch to the GoPro, is this component, this bigger ring, just seemed to be missing. This is everything I've got out the rear pack. And for my bike, I think I'd have to go this step at the bottom. So we'll see what we can do there. I'm sure I can make something work, maybe just with a zip tie or something, which should be fine. Aside from that, we're going to use this mounting method, where we have to drill a hole in the, not in the bike, but in the mudguard, or fender if you're American. And then this is just going to go onto the actual mounts on the frame. Again, we'll have to cut these down, but looks fairly simple, so we'll give it a go. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this roughly where I think it's going to go. which is probably about here. Centre this up and just mark where that screw hole is. So what I'll do is I shall get one of my big Sharpies, which you can't see, and we'll just mark that. So that's going to be there-ish. That is very much in the middle. I'm just going to put that there. Cool. So what we need to do now is drill a hole in there. It says 6.5mm, but I think that might be a bit big. What I'm going to do, I'll get the rear wheel off. We'll get that bolt out and we'll have a look at it. What do we need to get the rear wheel off on this thing? Good question. It's over a 6 or an 8, I think. Probably a 6. Yeah, it's definitely a 6. I think we're just going to unscrew this. Oh, that is in tight. Let me try from that side. And obviously that side is a bit smaller. Maybe a 5. I said maybe a 5 and then I pick up a 4 because I'm an idiot. Here is my 5. Ignore all that, it was a 6. There we go. Put that somewhere clean. Get the wheel down. Get the mech out of the way. Oh, it's already a kludged up, minged up drivetrain. That chain needs cleaning already. This goes to show quite much I've ridden it. Anyway, that wheel's off. Let me clean up my hands. Right, now that's off. Let's have a look at this. So that's going to come down there. That won't go into there, will it? No, but it could. Oh, now you've got me thinking. Now you've got me thinking. Right. Camera. Basically what I'm looking at is there is a mount down here. You see that screw? I'm going to clean all this up before we get the wheel back on as well. And there is a hole in there, but because of the shape of the frame it won't go in. But I think all I need to do is just take a little bit off the sides, the edge of that mudguard. That'll go in. And then we'll drill the hole in the exact right place up here. But is that going to make the curve too much? Don't know. Or is it better like that? Which is what I originally thought. We were going to put it about here. That was a good curve. But there is a mount for it down there. what do I want to do? I'm tempted to shape that bottom bit, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll try something else. I think. Yep, we'll do that. What it needs, it's going to be realistic. It's going to be like Alright, probably not coming across on camera, but I've marked out the sections I want to take away. I was trying to think how best to cut this. I think I'm just going to try and do it with some tin snips. Hopefully the plastic doesn't shatter. But I'll just take a little bit off first, and we'll see where we go. Hopefully this will just... Oh yeah, easy. It's going to slice through it quite nice. And again on this side. Lovely job. Right. So now if we come over here, that should be able to fit straight onto there. Which looks like it will. Alright, I'm going to whip that screw out. See if I can find a way to mount this camera, and we'll give it a go. And then we'll mark up for this one a bit better. And we'll be something like. So I think this is a 3mm. It is. It's mucky. Again, I will clean this before. I know I do clean the bike, but behind the wheel and stuff can sometimes be a bit awkward to get into. But this is more about marking up for this top hole. Again, I'll put washers and stuff on when I do it properly. But if you are going into here, what I will do before I drill this hole, diameter of these wheels, 15 inches out. So from there, wheel should come out to about there. I think that'll be okay actually. Good. Right, let me undo this. Now the instructions said drill a 6.5mm hole, but at least the bolts in my frame are 5mm or M5 bolts, so I'm going to do a 5.5mm hole. I got this set up, and this should be nice and easy. I'm just going to really carefully, without the hammer action on the drill, just drill through this. Normally I'd do this on a bench or something, but I'm trying to film it for you guys. And there we are, we have a very nice hole. Let's see if it fits. What I'm going to do though is get that cloth, give all this a nice wipe down, girl, spick and span. There we go. Right, let's get this, lock this down, fingers crossed this hole goes into here. Always looking good. I can see the hole at the bottom, looks like it's lining up as well. So we'll get our 3mm. This doesn't need to be very tight. We're not trying to crush anything, but it just needs to not come out. That should be absolutely fine. And then let me pop one in the bottom. Hopefully that lines up. It's looking good. There you go, what's in? Do it hand tight. Hopefully this has got the right curve for the wheel. There we go. So that's in. That's in nicely. All right. Cool. Now I've just got the main top bit to have a look at. But what I might do is get the wheel on first just to check it. All right, that's the back wheel on, and it's looking pretty damn good. Next all we need to do is get that bar on. It actually goes into these little, what we call them, mounts here. And that should pull this down just a little bit, and I think that'll look nice. Let's get that done. Start off with, I need to whip these out. I think these are on the 3mm again. And then these should just pop into here somehow. Don't want to tighten these right up because I still want to have a bit of play to figure out where they need to be, but I'll pop one on the other side as well. Cool. Next up, I've got this bar. How far in does these sit? They can go quite far. I won't be bad, it's not going to need much off again. It's going to be a similar amount, I do believe. Oh, although, is this going to be a pain to get on? Yes, it's going to be a pain to get on. But where there is a will, there is a way. Oh, come on, what's up with you? Right, that is in. Good. Right, first off, how does that look if I don't do anything? Alright, yeah, so again, just a bit too high. It's probably obvious to you. I want to bring that down. Get a tape measure. So currently it's sitting 2 centimeters off the top of the tyre. Well, I say 2 centimeters off the top of the tyre. It's sitting 3.5 off the edge of this tread, and over here it's near as damn touching it. So I might take 2 centimeters off there just to really pull this in. So I'm just going to do that while these are attached. And again, 2 centimeters is up to about here. Let's do this with bolt cutters again. So what we'll do is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we reckon 8? An 8, 2.5 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think they are. Yes, we'll do about 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is going to be into 4, 5, 6. It's going to be about there. There. Down. Tell you what, I'm just going to go here. And then I'll make sure I do the same on the other side. Where do we get to? Oh, exactly 2 centimeters. I was joking, I was counting. Lovely job. Alright. I'm going to push these into these. And into this one. Tying it nice and level and looking good. Just about there. There we go. We can square that up. And then I just need some of these little nuts and bolts. It says throwing them freaking everywhere. I think on these it's these tiny short ones, just looking at the back of it there, and it's probably the teeny tiny 2mm one. Yes, it is. And there we go. Tell you what, I will zoom out and you can have a look at what it looks like. And there we go, that's finished. All the tyres are running nice and free, including the back one. Oh, it's pulling against the motor, but running really nice and free. Let me know what you think. It's a slightly less aggressive mountain bikey aesthetic. Honestly, that doesn't bother me. I'm mainly using this for commuting, things like down my local canal. I go through some woods, so especially getting into work, I just want to be a bit less muddy and a bit drier, so mudguards are an absolute must for me. If you're interested in more of a review or my thoughts on e-mountain bikes, I've got other bikes. I've got a road bike and another mountain bike. If you're interested in my thoughts on the electric bike especially, because I'm trying to keep this channel fairly sort of tech focused / doing stuff in the garage and stuff, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.